Let's do this. All right, without further ado, guys. Hello, everyone. As the music anticipates here in the background, this is Attack to Talk, and I am your host, AJ. Yeah, guys, just me today. As you can see, I don't have Lexi. I don't have Zach. I don't know where they're at. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, it's just me today, guys. Lexi's feeling ill. And Zach's schedule, again, I wasn't able to be here. But hopefully, you know, as you can see, Lexi's in chat currently. So hopefully Lexi can go ahead and... Let's see what's going on here. I'm getting distracted here, guys. Gotcha. I think somebody's trying to join, but anyways, guys. Yeah, so just me. Hopefully Zach can join us in chat. That'd be awesome. But we got to continue on, guys. I know that I left a little update for you all last week that we weren't going to have an episode for that week. We took the week off, and I promised that we'd be back, but here we are. I'm back. And I don't want to go 2 weeks, guys, without having an episode. Like, that's not fun, you know? 1 week is nice. You kind of get a little breather, you know, you get to relax a little bit. But then when you take 2 weeks off, then it's like, okay, it could be hard to get back into things. And sometimes, you know, when time passes, you guys are going to just forget about us, you know? Hopefully not. But, you know, 2 weeks is one of those like time links where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to take that time. So we need an episode. We're having an episode tonight. And Captain Boggy, what's up, buddy? And yeah, we're back, guys. So without further ado, in today's episode, we will be focusing on Season 2, Episode 5, Historia, Part 1. Yeah, guys, of course, you guys are aware of potential spoiler talk, which we can pretty much all agree that there will be spoiler talk. There always is. And yeah, so I'll try to recap. I know it's been a little while. So I'll do the best that I can to remember what we last talked about. But I also know that we have a poll result and a Q&A to go over. So that was also something that we discussed probably, you know, a couple weeks ago. So let's get into that now. Also, as you guys are aware, it's just me. So don't be afraid to go ahead and chime in chat. Let us know, or let me know, I should say. I'm so used to saying let us know. But let me know if there's any topics you guys want to discuss, especially when I'm getting into the story, when I'm talking about the episode. Please chime in, guys. Chime in chat to go ahead and let me know your guys' thoughts on certain things that I'm talking about or certain things that happens in this episode, because this is a very strange episode because we're going to go ahead and dive into the story that is Ymir and Krista. That dynamic is very interesting. The relationship between the two is very interesting. And yeah, so we're going to learn a lot about it today in this episode as we discuss part 1. But again, as I'm going along with the story, I'm going to pause multiple times. So I want to actually be able to read chat and see what it is that you guys are adding to this episode. Any insight, any information, any thoughts, any theories, anything. That's what this episode is about, guys. It's what Attack to Talk is about. You know, we're all just fans of AOT, and we love just speculating. We love just talking about AOT. We love talking about the episodes. We love talking about the characters. Just so many different theories and speculation. That's what makes it so great, guys. So do not be afraid to chime in. I need your guys' help this episode. I need all of the involvement and engagement as possible. So yeah, please help me out, guys. All right, so let's get into the poll results. And as I look into the poll, I see that the question was, ooh, this is an interesting one. Speaking of Krista, and speaking of the title of this episode, Historia, something we discussed and just kind of threw out there was our Beast Titans, and we speculated as well as Historia's Beast Titan. I threw out the idea, I believe, where I can actually see her, oddly enough, inheriting the Beast Titan. Don't know how that would play out. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to create that storyline in my head and get back to you guys in a future episode. But The question is, if Historia inherited the Beast Titan, which farm animal would she transform into? And obviously we know we threw out farm animal because Krista, yo, Marco, what's up, buddy? But we know that Krista grew up on a farm, so, I mean, it makes sense. Which farm animal would Krista transform or become into if she were to inherit the Beast Titan? As we also are aware that the Beast Titan is like almost like subconsciously involved with some sort of backstory that you have. I mean, don't know the actual like legitimacy of all that. It's just something that we've seen kind of at least in the anime, and I'm sure in the manga as well. But yeah, so let's go into the results. This is on Spotify. So which farm animal would Historia transform into if she inherited the Beast Titan? And with 0%, we have 4 choices. With 0% is a chicken. So I have to agree. I do not see her as a chicken. She doesn't give off that kind of energy. Unless there were like chickens meant something very special to her growing up, then she would be a chicken. But no, I can't see her being a chicken. With 17%, guys, you guys voted for a pig. And I believe that's your choice, Marco. You threw out the pig option. So shout out to Marco there for throwing out that option. I don't think Marco thinks that, you know, Historia would be a pig. I think he just threw out the farm animal. But 17% of you think that Historia would make a good pig Beast Titan. And that'd be very interesting. That'd be odd to see. Funny, but I mean, yeah. Marco confirms that, yes, she's a pig. Thank you for that, Marco. And with 33%, you guys voted a horse. And I think I voted in that same 33%. I think a horse would be absolutely just beautiful. This beautiful giant Beast Titan of a horse that has just an absolute beautiful golden mane. Like, I don't know. And I think she would just be so fierce and just so intimidating, but yet have this like, I don't know, elegant beauty to her, you know, which she obviously has, which so many people love her and want to marry her. A white horse, yes. An absolutely tall, freaking crazy looking white horse just with a beautiful golden mane. And wow, the winner with 50% in our Spotify poll question. 50%, you guys chose a mouse. Wow. I did not see that one coming. Captain Boggy says like a Pegasus. Bro, I'm telling you, can you imagine? So I got spoiled with some details on our last episode, our OVA, about Falco's Jaw Titan. But, dude, Captain Boggy, if this Beast Titan became not just a horse, but an absolute beautiful and elegant Pegasus, then I don't know. I think she wins. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But 50%? A mouse? God, I don't know. I'm trying to imagine that. Like, would it just be a very big muscular mouse, or would she be still like tiny and like, I don't know, like how would that look? You guys let me know in chat what you guys think that would kind of look like. Lexi's chiming in here in chat, says horse makes the most sense with her backstory of tending to them and being so close to them. But mouse makes sense because of her demeanor and her voice. Yeah. I guess it does. I mean, in terms of like her personality a little bit and who, you know, she would kind of like, I don't know, that more correlates with, yeah, I guess a mouse. But I agree, Lex, with the backstory, and we know that how passionate she is about caring and taking care of the horses. And not just that, but also like being helpful. We saw in the exterior scouting mission where she was able to help out some of the scouts with arriving with horses. I believe she helped, was it Armin? Or maybe it was Jean's horse? I don't know. I can't remember whose horse it was, but she came here to save the day. Marco's chiming in as well. It was Ort Hamster, throwing out the hamster idea because they're always trying to kill themselves. That's an interesting insight there, Marco. Interesting that you mentioned about killing yourself in terms of Krista, because I like where you're going with that, because that's going to be important in this episode that we focus on. Something that Ymir calls her out on. So, just like you, Marco, always just a step ahead. I like it. Yeah, Captain Boggy is agreeing. So that's on Spotify, guys. Now let's go ahead and look at Instagram. So again, same question. If Historia was the Beast Titan, which farm animal would she be? Now, this is a lot different. And with 2%, bottom here is chicken. So again, not different in that sense. So chicken. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, you guys tell me here that this isn't different at all. Because 4% is a pig. And then with 42%, we have a horse. Okay. And then with 53%, the winner again, a mouse. So there it is. You guys have agreed that the mouse is the Beast Titan that Historia would become. So there we go. As much as I think a horse would be absolutely perfect for her, I guess you guys have spoken. It's going to be a mouse. The percentage here is a lot different, as we got 33% horse, 42% here on Instagram. Not so different. 3% difference for the winner, which is a mouse. Very cool. Now, let's get into the Q&A. I believe we have 2 responses. If you guys are here joining me in chat, if you guys want to go ahead and respond to the question, please, by all means, go ahead and do it. I would love to go ahead and hear your guys' responses as well. But the question here is, which moment in AOT upsets you so much that you would rewrite it? Yeah. Again, we talked about that in the OVA, where it's like, man, you know, there's so many moments where, at least for me, I think that they happen in such a weird, chaotic, destructive way that I would want to see them happen in a more kind of like productive, more kind of like, I don't know, just a better way of things playing out for the characters that we enjoy. Or at least the characters that we root for. I mean, we know that AOT, they go ahead and there's so much despair. You can't really love something for too long because it feels like something's going to happen. There's always trouble. There's always a crazy situation at hand. And there's always, seems like, chaos. So for me, it's like, I feel like there's a lot of moments where you can probably pick and choose certain things to change. But again, as we speculated, how would that alter the storyline, you know? But for some of the responses, our boy Eddie Hinston, he chimed in and he said that the scene that I would like to rewrite, I can't even say that word, rewrite. It sounds like I'm saying it wrong. Rewrite. But the scene that Eddie would rewrite is Zeke turning the scouts into Titans. Now, I think Eddie needs to clarify a little bit more, because there are several moments where Zeke turns some of our scouts into Titans. At least the two big ones that come to mind are in the forest with Levi, where he turns his entire squad into Titans just to distract or try to kill Levi. And so that, when I mean distract, so that Zeke can obviously escape. And then the other moment obviously is when, you know, we're back inside the walls and unfortunately we see Zeke do his roar, which is transforming all of our some of our friends into Titans. Maybe not friends, but characters obviously that we're aware of and maybe we even like. I know Commander Pixis is one of those, which was very hard to see. But Eddie, if you can rewrite that, I think that would be awesome. Again, how would that change the storyline though? Because those are important moments for Zeke and the story going forward. All right. Well, Marco's chiming in and says the only thing would be that the Ymir and Historia thing, because that's the only one that didn't need to happen. Oh, I agree here. Marco, when he was here with us, I mean, we kind of talked about it in person. That whole situation with Ymir deciding to go ahead and choose Bertold and Rhina. For the sake of what? I owe you guys this? For the sake of what? There's no life inside the walls? She was obviously wrong in that sense, because we see what Historia becomes. But yes, that annoys the hell out of me too. So I wholeheartedly agree with you, Marco. Let's get on to our next response here. And B. Dennis, our boy B. Dennis, he said, like how Lex said last week about not wanting too many rewrites. Besides Ymir, He says, I'd tweak a few things about Eren in the terrorist mode or make some minor side characters more relevant. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's dive into this a little bit. Because this is, there's a lot of layers to this one. One, obviously, as Lexi says, preach, because B. Dennis is agreeing with Lex that there's just too many things to try to change. And he also agrees with both of us here, Marco, with the whole Ymir thing. That should change. Because I think that the story would play out almost like more exciting a little bit. What's up, Laker for life? What's up? And obviously you gotta tweak some things to not make Eren look so freaking, you know, as Pete Dennis puts it, terrorist mode. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see my guy Eren turn into a terrorist. Like, does he have to go full like genocide? Like, I get wanting to protect your home. I get wanting to you know, protect your friends and your family and your people, but this is like above and beyond. Like, dude, like tone it down like a couple notches, you know, like just take out Marley, you know, just take them out. If you want to kill somebody, just go and take out Marley. I mean, all the other people that are kind of clueless, I mean, no, but I mean, if they decide to go ahead and venture their way to go to, you know, the island of Parody, then by all means, take them out, but don't go out of your way, bro. I get it. You got all the power in the world right now, but come on, like you don't have to do all that. And then last point here is just make some minor changes to some characters and make them more relevant. And that would be cool to see some minor characters. Like who are some that come to mind to make them a little bit more relevant? I don't know. Like obviously you have minor characters that are kind of like, you know, and obviously not scouts, but they are, you know, military police characters like Marlowe and Hitch. Like if there was more layers to them, that would be very interesting. I don't even want to include this full Flock's name because I'm going to be sick and tired of him just real quick. Flock is a character that does not need minor tweaking or some sort of redemption at all. Flock is just straight up, he's just a bitch. Like I'm not even going to front. Like I hate Flock so much in AOT. That name too, Flock. Man, get the Flock out of here, dude. I can't deal with you right now. And I mean, there's characters obviously I would love to see them kind of continue on with, like, you know, obviously Marco. Like Marco, we know that his impact is lasting throughout the entire story. Alexa chiming in saying Flock should have died in the Beast Titan battle. Yes, that's something we could change. Yes. How about Marlowe is the one that survives? Captain Boggy's chiming in as well, saying, I think what would be the most interesting part to elaborate on is the past Titan users and the first king making the walls and whatnot. That'd be interesting. So that would be such an interesting kind of like spin-off series. You know how we see these great kind of like series, like these shows, like even like Game of Thrones or something. Now they're getting these spin-offs where we're going into more of the history. And Laker for life, I agree. Flock him, dude. Flock him. And yeah, so but yeah, that would be so cool to have like that spin-off where we focus on the history that is AOT, where we go back to learn about something as interesting and again, talk about layers. Like think about all of the experiences that the past Titan users have gone through and what did they go through? What did they see? We understand that the, you know, now the inheritors, they can get the memories, but we don't get to see that. Like, no, it's not fair. We don't get to go ahead and see these memories. We don't get to see the experiences. We don't get to see the battles. We don't get to see just all the craziness that, you know, comes with being a Titan user and their crazy 13-year span, you know, or however long they end up surviving and living. Captain Boggy continues saying, and the source of all organic material, like, what was that thing? Like, I know, it's so crazy. Like, again, with AOT, there's like so much I feel like they can elaborate on. So many details where it's like, what? Like, okay, like I want to know more about that. But, you know, we're kind of just left hanging or we have to wait. And it sucks being patient, especially when it's like something as juicy as some of these information or some of these little juicy details. But thank you for that, Captain Boggy. I think that's so interesting. I would be 100% on board with that if I was aware or knew that something was in the works of like learning about the history of AOT. Like, count me in. I'm ready. I'm on board. So yeah, and those are the responses, guys. Thank you so much for that, B. Dennis, and to Eddie Hinston. Yeah, Very interesting. Alrighty. So, some recap. My goodness. See if I can remember. We had an OVA episode. That's what happened last. But if I'm trying to recap what the hell happened in our last episode, talking about the story, I'm pretty sure it was over at Utgard Castle. And we unfortunately lost two very valuable soldiers in Nanaba and Gelger. We also lost the two other scouts. Forgive me for not remembering their name. We were only introduced to them in a couple of episodes. I believe it was 2 episodes. I think one was like Henning, and the woman was... Damn it, I can't remember. If you guys can remember her name. Lexi, remember her name. You're the one who played her. Let me know what her name is. But, you know, RIP to them. They were taken out by crazy freaking, you know, rock boulder throw by the Beast Titan as he's watching over on the wall. But yeah, so some of the scouts were over at Utgard Castle. The Titans were just absolutely overrunning the area. And... you know, Gelger and Nanaba did the best they can to solve that whole situation. There was a moment there where it was looking very promising. They were getting they were getting it done. Even like some of the scouts, I believe it was Ymir, because they were dealing with their own little situation inside the castle, which obviously, you know, the woman scout that I can't remember her name, she noticed that the Titans, or they infiltrated the castle. And so when Reina, as he's in the castle and he's looking, he notices as he opens up one of the door, and Lexi is helping me out here. And then the other scout's name was Lynn. Thank you for that, Lex. Thank you for Lynn. Because Lynn, she's the one who noticed that the Titans have infiltrated the castle. And Reina sees a Titan as he opens up one of the castle doors, literally like the second door. So if you have the top of the castle, the tower here, he goes downstairs. He goes to the first door. All right, that one's clear. And he's like, all right, let's go see what's behind door number 2. And as he opens it up, a freaking Titan is literally right outside that door. And then we see a little bit of a backstory moment with Reina when he is saved by Marcel. And Marcel is eaten by a very gremlin-looking Titan. And then this motivates Reina to not want to be in that situation again, where we see that him and the others are able to figure out and solve that situation with that Titan, where Reina literally gets this Titan on his freaking back, and he starts walking upstairs with this freaking Titan, and with the help of Connie freeing the Titan's jaw from, you know, I should say freeing Reina's arm from the Titan's jaw. And with the help of Ymir with an absolute crazy freaking front kick to the face that sends the Titan flying out the freaking window. You know, they solve that situation, and now they have to barricade and do what they can. And you know, Krista, she's attending to Reina. And then as Ymir sees, she looks outside the window. Back to my point here, she notices that, damn, like the scouts they're getting shit done. And even Gelger and Nanaba, they take kind of like little breaks because as they got all the big Titans out of the way, they're like, all right, cool. We actually might survive this. All right, cool. But Zeke had other plans. He started throwing rocks, and he summoned more freaking Titans. And then that's where, unfortunately, things became too crazy and too much for our 2 valuable scouts, and they didn't survive. And as the situation just seemed hopeless, all of our other scouts at the towers believe that that's it. You know, their time is up, and this is how they die. Ymir has some words with Krista about remembering who she is, and Ymir, she reveals herself to be that gremlin-looking Titan that is the Jaw Titan, as she jumps off of the tower to in a last-ditch effort try to help them survive, or at least help Krista survive. Like, I'm sure that's obviously your number 1 priority. So that is some recap, guys. I hope I did a good job of remembering it. And now we're going to go ahead and get into Season 2, Episode 5, Historia. And this is Part 1 of our breakdown and discussion. Remember, guys, as I'm going along with the story, don't be afraid to go ahead and give me some of your insights as I talk about the story. Let me know if there's something that I say where it's like, oh man, you know, that's this and this or this and this, whatever, you know. Because again, I want all the involvement that I can possibly get here, guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into this episode. So the episode begins, and we notice people walking in the snow. Well, we see that it's Eren, Armin, and Mikasa, and we see that they're all bundled up in snow gear. We also see Connie and Sasha trailing them, also in snow gear. And then as we pan to realize that it appears that the entire cadet class, they're hiking through a snowy mountain, heading towards a cabin in the distance. We see a woman waiting by the cabin, and as the trainee corps flag waves behind her. So I'm going to do all the voices in this episode, guys. So when it comes to all of the women voices, I am going to just be saying them in emotions that they would be saying them. So I'm not going to go ahead and... Just bear with me, guys. I'm going to do all the voices here, okay? I'll do the best that I can. All right. So a woman waiting by the cabin can be seen, right? As I say, that training corps flag waves behind her, and she screams out to the cadets, "Come on! You're almost there! Keep it up!" Well, a man standing next to her informs the cadets, 9 hours, 12 minutes. Not bad, given the conditions you had to trudge through. And we now see that the group of the cadets, they arrived to the cabin, and they're resting now. And they're all trying to get warm as they all sit next to a fire. Well, Eren, he sighs as he tells the group, "I thought we were dead out there. Damn it. Nobody said training would be this rough." And John adds, "Anyone else not feeling their legs?" Well, Connie asks, "Why won't they let us inside already?" And Sasha, she answers, "I bet they're busy laying out a massive banquet for us as we speak." And Sasha, she sounds like she's beginning to drool over the idea. But then Reina interrupts the group as he screams out to them, "Hey! You guys seen Krista?" And Reina, he runs over to the group, as Eren, he's now seen looking surprised and confused. Mikasa responds to Reina, "Not for a while. She was with Daz, but he wasn't looking so good." And Reina tells Mikasa, "Yeah, well, he's not here. Ymir isn't back yet either." And Marco adds, oh, sweet Marco. Marco adds, "They probably mixed in with the last squad." But Reina informs Marco, "That's just it. Thomas was leading the last squad. Says that they never saw them." And then we see Thomas and his group. We see them all worried as they're talking to one of the instructors. Eren and all of the others, they just now are confused and they're worried. And we see again that training corps flag that's waving in the heavy winds. But it now becomes very quiet. Armin, he now speaks up and he asks, "Hold on. Do you think they're lost?" And then Connie, he adds, "Oof, man. If they get stuck out there in the snowstorm, they're done for." But then suddenly, a determined and worried Eren stands up. "Son of a..." And then Eren, he begins walking away. But Mikasa aggressively grabs his arm as she calls his name. And Eren tells her, "I have to go back out there and try to find them." But then suddenly Marco tells Eren, "I'm with you." But before they can even think of a plan, an instructor yells out to them, "In the cabin, now." Eren, he tries to inform the instructor, "But Krista and..." But the instructor interrupts Eren. "We know. A rescue team will be sent out at first light." Not what Eren wanted to hear, as he yells out to them, "They'll have frozen to death by then." But the instructor asks Eren, "Do you want more people to die?" And we see the fire outside, just struggling to stay lit, and the windows shaking because of the strength of the wind. Eren simply says, "Damn it." Because Eren knows, maybe it's not smart to just go out on a whim and on emotions and try to just search for them. So going back here to what I just said here, I mean, obviously we get to see some characters again, or maybe we get to see Marco again. It was so nice and kind of refreshing to go ahead and see Marco. And of course, Marco, just being the team player that he is, you know, he just like, I'm with you. So that's so freaking cool. I miss Marco. But yeah, so this obviously is like another training moment very early on, and in their cadet training. So they're in harsh weather conditions. We see that they're like pretty much hiking through a crazy heavy snowstorm in this mountain to go ahead and just get to this cabin. As one of the instructors told him, I believe, he says, yeah, 9 hours and 12 minutes. That's how long of a hike that they had. Excuse me. Let me go ahead and take a sip of water real quick, guys. But let that sink in a little bit, guys. 9 hours and 12 minutes of this training in harsh weather conditions. Yeah, I mean, craziness. But yeah, so they're obviously tired. And Raina informs them that Krista is missing. Mikasa says that, you know, she last saw him with Daz, but Daz wasn't looking too good. Now, Daz is another character that is so freaking annoying. I don't know. I mean, we saw him very early on in season 1 just having a moment, freaking screaming out with his emotions and being very frightened and afraid and scared, and he wants to go back home, and he got to a point where he's like, all right, screw this. You know what? If you're going to send me out there, you're going to force me to go out there to die, you might as well just kill me now. Just kill me now, please. Please, kill him now. Please. Because one, if they killed him at that moment, they wouldn't be in the situation that is Krista and Ymir, which we're going to get into very shortly. But, like, golly, Daz, like, grow a pair, dude, you know? Yeah. So, Krista and Ymir are, I mean, they're missing. And again, in these crazy, like, harsh weather conditions, it's serious news. Who knows how long they can survive out there. And, of course, Aaron, you know, he wants to go ahead and be there for his fellow cadets. And yeah, he, again, on emotion, he wants to go save them. And it seems like he wants to do it alone, but, you know, everyone else, at least, you know, some of them want to go ahead and help. But the instructor, again, is like, look, as smart as it is, you shouldn't go out there because, like, you're putting more people in jeopardy and risk of death. I maybe don't agree with how long the instructor wants to wait. Yeah, we'll send a search party, you know, once there's light. Okay, you're just gonna find frozen corpses. Like, okay, you know. So I get why Aaron wants to be, you know, he wants to go ahead and find them now. Yeah. So Lexi's chiming in saying that Daz should have just kicked him out at that point. At this point, yes. Like, if he survives, all right, dude, you're obviously not cut out for this. Like, bye. You have to go. Go ahead and hike back home. Sorry, dude. You know. There you go. You got helped up this mountain now. Travel back down. Bye. Yes, he finally makes it. That's spoiler alert, guys. I told you we're going to get to some spoiler talk, but yeah, he makes it with the help of his friends here. But is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. And we find out from later on in season 4 that Daz is still alive. As you know, we see that moment at the port with the boats, with the ships, where he's trying to prevent our favorite characters here from getting shit done. But Daz, he gets his. Yeah, he gets his for sure. I think it was Connie, right, guys? Was it Connie that takes Daz out? Long overdue, but thank you, Connie. Thank you. I'll give him a little applaud for that. All right. So they have to wait. So continuing on with the episode now. We now get an overlook at the large snowy mountain and many trees in this forest. Then as we go deeper into this forest, we notice 2 people with lanterns. One pulling another person on a sled, and the other trailing, just watching. The snowy storm is aggressive, and it's becoming nightfall very quickly. Ymir calls out, "Krista, seriously, give it up. This is pointless." Krista affirmatively tells Ymir, as she's helping the other person, "No, it's not." Well, Ymir now says as she just watches, "Dumb bastard's got one foot in the grave as it is. Nobody to blame but himself, if you ask me. Should have known how much he could handle before trying to boost his score. Some people just aren't cut out to be soldiers. He'll be long gone by the time you make it to the foot of that mountain. Raid we're going, we'll be lucky not to join him. It's a sum-zero game. The way I see it, we've got two choices. Leave Daz to the elements and save our own skin, or die a cozy little trio. What's it gonna be?" Krista stops and thinks for a moment, and then tells Ymir, "You left one out. Third option. You're completely wrong. I reached base in plenty of time to save his life, and by morning this is all a bad memory. There's no reason for you to stick with me. We'll only slow you down. You'll make it back a lot faster on your own. Daz and I will be right behind you. Go on ahead." And Krista just gives Ymir a cute little smile, as Ymir has an annoyed look on her face. Krista continues pulling the sled that Daz is on. We see Krista growing tired as she begins to breathe heavy, and then she suddenly falls. Krista, however, she gets right back up and continues her mission of saving Daz. Ymir just watches, and then she tells Krista, "So, you got something against asking me for help or what? Know what I think? I think saving this moron is the furthest thing from your mind." Krista stops, and now Ymir is standing beside her. Krista looks up at Ymir, only to see Ymir staring right back at her. Ymir continues, "You're not worried about Daz. You're just using him as an excuse to die. This is how you want your story to end, right? What a shame. Here I thought you were the good girl. Of course, if you can make it look like you were trying to save his life, no one will be the wiser. Hey, they'll remember you as a hero who fearlessly sacrificed herself. He's a small price to pay, right? If you're a selfish bitch." And then Krista just gasps and rebuttals, "That's not... I never meant... That's not me." And then Krista looks down in sadness. "It's just..." But Ymir interrupts. "I know you. You're the mistress' daughter with the price on her head." And then Krista becomes shocked. "How could you possibly..." Then Ymir sees Krista's expression and says, "Uh-huh. There go any doubts I had. Let's just say I have a knack for being in the wrong place at the right time." And then now the scene changes from the setting that is a snowy mountain to now we are inside of a church. Ymir continues, "I snuck inside a church in the interior once, scrounging around for whatever might keep me alive another week. Quite a story I got treated to. Apparently, a high-ranking noble produced more heirs than his people were comfortable with. An illegitimate girl was floating around, and they all feared might come out of nowhere one day and claim a share in his legacy. Some wanted her dead. Some wanted to strip her of the family name and hide her among peasant stock. In the end, clever bastards forced her to join the cadet corps. Don't worry, sweetheart. Your true identity is safe with me. I haven't told a soul, and I don't plan to." And now a confused and shocked Krista asks, So was your whole reason for joining the cadet corps just to find me? Why would you even care?" Ymir, she inhales. "I don't know. Maybe I can relate to your struggle." And then Krista wonders, "So, have more in common than I thought. Ymir answers, well, you could say that. And then Krista now wonders, I'm why you're a soldier? Ymir answers, could be. I'm not positive. Actually, no. And Krista asks, so why then did you want us to become friends? And now Ymir's eyes widen. Ha! You've got to be joking. The only thing we have in common is a second chance. Look, don't try to read anything else into it, okay? Unlike you, I embraced my name that I was born with. If I throw it away and reject who I am, then they win. I intend to live my life. Make my name mean something. Trust me, there's no revenge in the world sweeter than that. Look at yourself, Krista, or whoever you are. You've been a victim all your life. And how do you get your revenge? By becoming your own victim. Screw you and this stupid death wish. If you kill yourself, you'll be doing exactly what they want. And then now, a sad Krista just tries to answer. That's not how I just... And now Krista, she just takes a look at Daz. I didn't mean to get us into this. And now there's nothing we can do. Well, Ymir tells Krista straight up, bullshit. And Ymir begins walking away. Krista follows Ymir as she still pulls Daz. And Ymir stops to inform. The base is a straight drop from here. Excuse me. Krista, she stops too to notice the steep cliff. Ymir tells Krista, I say we dump him off the cliff. It's possible he'll survive the fall. And if they find him, then he might be okay. Sure, it's a long shot. But that's what we're dealing with. Unless we're due for a miracle. Even if you live to drag him down there, all you'll have in tow by the time you make it is a frozen corpse. And a worried Krista chimes in, but if he falls, he'll die for certain. Ymir turns and screams at Krista, enough of this shit. Ymir picks up Krista, and as Krista asks, what are you doing? Put me down. Ymir tells Krista, I'll handle Daz. You get moving. Ymir now throws down Krista, throws her down a snowy hill. We see Krista, she rolls down and she crashes into a nearby tree, causing snow to just fall on top of her. We see Ymir walk away. And then we see a bright sunlight as she transforms. Well, Krista, she emerges from the snow as she looks around. We see just tracks from where Daz was. And as Krista, she can be heard saying, no! Krista very quickly, she runs up the mountain as she yells out Ymir's name. Krista, she gets up to that mountain, but she now appears to be very confused as she looks around. And she asks, what's going on? We see the snow tracks from the sled that Daz was on, and a large indentation in the snow where Ymir's lantern lays. Where did they? Krista says. Wow. Wow. Ymir is a cold-hearted bitch. No. In all seriousness, I think Ymir's right here. Like, come on, Daz, he's a lost cause here. I mean, she's following Krista because, I mean, Ymir can go ahead and sugarcoat it, or I should say hide it all she wants, but she cares about Krista, obviously. Which is why she's there in this snowy, crazy, setting here. This snowstorm. And Krista, having the big heart that she has, she is doing everything she can to get Daz to the cabin. I don't know how close they are. I don't know how far they are. All we know is that we get to them Ymir looks down a cliff, and we see literally just like almost like a straight shot down is the cabin. And it's a pretty far drop. The idea of tossing Daz is interesting, compelling. Just throw his ass down there and see if he survives. We'll continuing traveling down the mountain, and we'll see if he's still there. Hey, if he dies, he dies. I mean, Daz, again, he's just dead weight at this point anyways. And like Ymir said, if you make it through these harsh weather conditions and, you know, we reach the cabin, he's just going to be a frozen corpse. Like, let's think about that. Don't think he's worth all the trouble, at least from what we've seen. Unless this is one of the characters that B. Dennis was alluding to about giving more story to make him more relevant. I mean, I don't know if Daz is deserving of that, but I don't know. So Lexi's chiming in here in chat saying Ymir is there risking her life for Krista, but Ymir knows that she won't die, considering that she's the Jaw Titan. But she'd save Krista and reveal herself if it came down to it. Yes. If the situation came down to it, if it was life or death, being Krista's life or Krista's death, Ymir will risk it. I mean, in this moment here, we see that Ymir, she's trying to decide what is the best way to go about this. How do I get this damn fool Daz back to this cabin? Because obviously, Krista's not letting up. She's not going to let this dude die. So how do I fix this situation? And she comes to this realization that I have to throw Krista down a hill. And Krista, she freaking hit this tree pretty good. So like, Ymir, she's risking Krista's safety here. Like, legit, Krista could have like freaking hit her head on this tree with such force that knocked her out. And then we see just the snow from the tree itself fall and collapse onto her, burying her in snow. If this girl is knocked out, unconscious, who knows how long? Like, we're talking about she's going to be under the snow for a while. So Ymir's like, damn, all right, I have to do this. She talk about going full method here. She's putting on an acting job and she has to make it like very convincing. So she goes and she tosses Krista down a hill. All right. And then we get a cool little moment, and you know, we don't see her transform, but the light, the light that alludes, and we hear the noise of the transformation happening. Now, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get more information on that as we continue on with the episode, but I 100% agree, Lex, that however the situation plays out, if it played out different, Ymir, there's no way that she is letting Krista die. And she must have some serious faith in Krista's ability, because she's taking this dead weight dude Daz to the cabin. She's trusting that Krista is going to make it safe alone. Like, let's think about that. Like, she's leaving Krista alone in these harsh weather conditions, a snowstorm up this mountain. Like, I mean, she has some serious faith in Krista. We obviously know that she has a strong heart, but can she withstand the conditions alone? She doesn't have somebody there to watch over her. So, I don't know. But yeah, she has some serious trust in her. So maybe she is willing to risk Krista's life. Maybe we didn't think about this response a little too much, Lex. Lexi will chime in. Also, what is Krista thinking about Ymir now that Ymir revealed to her and she knows her secret? Yeah, exactly. That's very interesting. Obviously, we know the reveal happened over at the castle. So what is Krista thinking at that moment? Is she thinking, I knew it? Or is she thinking, I had no idea? Who knows? I like Ymir, though. I like that Ymir, she's straight up here, you know, in this moment. You know, she's saying some harsh things, but it's reality. And I can definitely see you pulling this scene off, Lex. I'm telling you, I'm going to stick to it. I'm fan casting Lexi as Ymir, and I think that you would do an awesome job. Yeah, Ymir knows Krista's secret. Okay, so Lexi's talking about how that what's going through Krista's mind, knowing that Ymir knows her secret. That's true. But also, to what extent does Krista know? Because remember that whenever she would be visited by at that time, the founding Titan, which is one of the daughters of, Rod Rice, that whenever she would leave the farm, she would make sure that Krista forgets that she ever knew her or any details or any knowledge of that story. So we don't know to the extent at this current moment what Krista is aware of, because we find out later on in the anime that Rod Rice is the one that explains the story to Historia, and that's when she realizes. So this whole revelation of Ymir telling Krista this, I mean, maybe Krista doesn't even know to the extent of what Ymir is saying. I mean, obviously Krista knows that there's more to her because she's aware of, I guess, the family situation, at least in terms of her parents, but doesn't necessarily know all of the juicy details, all those crazy details. So can you imagine, Lex, if Ymir really did, if she knew more details? I don't think Ymir knows all those extensive details. She just knows that Chris is a big deal, and she knows Chris's real name. But can you imagine if she just laid that all on her in this freaking snowy tundra? Yeah, I know that you are Rod Rice's illegitimate daughter, and that you are eventually going to be, fed the founding Titan, and just all of this craziness. And and Historia's just like, wait, what? Wait, what? I mean, who knows? I don't know. Who knows what Krista knows at this point? All we know is that Krista's very confused because they're not here anymore. And I'm sure she wasn't out for a long time. It seemed like it was just a very quick moment, and then boom, gone. All right. Let me get some more water, guys. Doing all these voices, man, it's just, it's tough. I hope I'm pulling it off, though, because I do aspire to be a voice actor. So it was cool kind of getting into that crazy mindset of Ymir. I liked it. All right, so we're now back to the cabin. As Aaron, he can be heard saying, "It's better if you guys let me do this alone. Like our instructor said, we don't want more people to die than we already have." We see Aaron, he's about to exit the cabin, as Mikasa tells him, "That's precisely why I'm coming with you." Armin also agrees. "I can't just sit around here and do nothing." We see an annoyed Aaron. But Raina now enters. "Really? What the hell is this?" And Aaron, he warns Raina, "Look, don't try to stop me." We see both Raina and Bertold, as Birdie suggests. "You're, gonna need a lot more gear." And Raina tells Aaron, "You can't do this on your own. You'll end up just like the folks you're trying to rescue." And Birdie adds, "The more eyes you've got in your search party, the better, right?" A stunned Aaron answers, "Well, I suppose we can use all the help we can get." And then suddenly Connie enters. "Great, then count us in too." And Marco informs, "Sounds like the storm's letting up a little bit. We should be okay." And Sasha tells everyone, "I brought some extra rations just in case." And a happy Aaron says, "Thanks, guys." And then we hear a distant rumble. Everyone quickly turns their attention to the noise. Armin asks, "What was that? An avalanche?" And then everyone quickly runs outside to find out. We see everyone outside looking down the road. And Sasha alerts, "Look, somebody's coming." And then off in the distance, we see a faint light from a person's lantern in The snowstorm. All right. Let's talk about this very quickly, guys, because there's some things here that I want to mention here. But Lexi's chiming in. Sasha sharing her rations. True friend right there. Yeah. And Margot's saying rumbling. Oh, shit. Rumbling? Uh-oh. And that's the moment it happens, rumbling. No. But to Lexi's point very quickly, like, there's... come on. Do we believe that if it came down to it and they were, like, stuck in the storm and Sasha had to share rations, there's no way she's sharing those rations. Like, I'm thinking back to the moment where her dad is freaking trying to go and pry the freaking meat out of her hand or her mouth. Like, they're like, Sasha, come on, dude. Like, we're starving too. We're going to die. And Sasha just like, you know, and just like giving them the freaking demon eyes or something, you know? If it came down to it, Sasha, she's for sure eating every single one of those people. Like, she will freaking resort to cannibalism. No doubt in my mind. Like, she's not going to starve. But to your point here, Marco, rumbling. Okay, so we are aware of Rhina and Birdie's secret. Now they hear that noise. Are they thinking, oh shit, we know that noise? Like, they have to like have been aware that that's not just an avalanche noise that Armin suggests. No, that was a Titan transforming back to back to a person. Like, I don't know. I mean, I know that I want to say that they know that somebody that they could distinguish the difference of a transformation sound, you know? I don't know. That's what I think. You guys let me know. And you think Rhina and Birdie, they, you know, remember that specific noise? I think they would have to. But they played along with it. Yeah, it's an avalanche. Let's go outside and let's go look. And, you know, Sasha being the instinctive person that she is, she's the first person to see another person down the road. And again, through the storm, it's very hard to see a person. You just kind of see, again, a faint light. Yeah. I don't know why every time I say this word light, it makes me think. I've been watching Death Note. This is a complete different, you know, little side moment here, but I've been rewatching Death Note, and I got to the point where Misa Mane tells both Light and L, like, I don't even want to imagine a world without light. And L just says, yes, that would be dark. And it's another moment where we're just like, oh my god, the freaking writing. It's so stupid, but it's so true. I don't even want to imagine a world without light. Yes, that would be dark. Just the way L says it's so just nonchalant and just so just in his L way. Oh yeah, Death Note's another good anime, guys. I'm sorry. Just had to go ahead and throw that out there. Every time I say the word light, I'm either thinking of Light Yagami or I'm going back to Lexi's chiming in as well, yeah. But Lexi, she chimes in here talking about the story here. She goes, Rhina and Birdie have another agenda for sure. And yes, they have to. We know that their mission, right? And I mean, they have to have been aware of that noise. I mean, there's no way that they can deny that. But I agree, Lex. L is a comedic genius. He has good timing when it comes to comedy. Yeah. So the next podcast, guys, when we focus and discuss every episode of Death Note in chronological order. Coming soon. No. Maybe. I don't know. Anything else to talk about here that happened? I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's very kind of quick. Again, you know, Aaron's very adamant about helping his friends. He's not going to wait till there's light out. Again, there's that word again, light. Sorry, guys. But another thing too, Aaron, we see how annoyed he gets when like Mikasa and like Armin, they're going to help him. But the tone changed once like Rhina and Birdie and the others wanted to help. Then he's like, oh, hey, thanks, guys. Whereas before, it's like, you know, didn't you hear what the instructor said? You know, like, obviously he gets annoyed whenever Mikasa wants to tag along. I mean, he gets annoyed whenever, because he doesn't want Mikasa to always save his ass. And you know, she's been doing it a lot. I mean, I think that if Armin wanted to go along, I think that, you know, he'd be like, fine, okay, Armin. Because Armin's obviously very bright and intelligent, and, you know, I'm sure that his tactics and strategy would be able to, he would be resourceful, you know, and finding maybe them a lot quicker. Whereas with Mikasa, he knows that Mikasa is just there to make sure that I don't do anything stupid, or make sure, you know, like, if I'm ever in trouble, she's just going to go and save me. And damn it, it pisses me off. You know? He gets annoyed by Mikasa for sure. I mean, meanwhile, Mikasa is just like, I have to protect Eren. I can't let him die. Because Eren is Mikasa's Krista. You know? There's that dynamic there. All right. We're almost to the end of the episode, guys. We're a little over an hour in. Appreciate if you guys are still following along. If you guys are still here with me. Yeah, so let's finish up this episode, guys. So we now see Krista. She's traveling to the cabin alone as she breathes laboringly. Krista, she makes it to the point where she can see the cabin. But she also sees a person alone, waiting outside as Krista asks, or she says, Ymir? Krista finally makes it as a resting Ymir says, it's about time. You decide to take the scenic route? I told Raina and the gang I'd wait out here for you to be your welcoming committee. So, and then Krista, she just stares at Ymir upset. Ymir continues. Yeah, I know. Stupid move on my part. And a worried Krista asks, Daz, is he? Ymir looks in a direction towards the cabin, and then Krista looks in that same direction. And we see a cold Daz. He's well, and he's warming up inside the cabin. That fucking guy. I don't know why it upsets me to go and see this guy alive and well and just warming up over in this house, like in this cabin, while he's surrounded and tended to by all the other people. Like, you could tell they're like, oh my God, Daz, you're so brave for, you know, whatever, or who knows what they're saying. And when this guy's just like, he was useless. Like, dead weight. Like, we don't know when this training happened. We don't know when it started. Obviously, we know that it was 9 hours and 12 minutes is how long it took the others. Obviously, it was much longer for, you know, Ymir and Krista and Daz. But to what point did this guy give up? I want to know that. At what point did this guy decide, I can't go anymore, just leave me, just let me die? And Chris is like, no, I'm not letting you die. Here, get on this damn sled. I'm going to take you there. At what point did that happen? Because we know it happened. There's no way freaking Daz started off on a sled at the beginning of this training. No. That fool quit. He quit. So yes, Lexi, I agree. All right, Daz, you know what? First thing in the morning, hike your ass back down there because you're no longer a scout. Get the hell out of here. Get out of my sight. Because we know this guy absolutely quit. We know this guy decided, like, I can't do this anymore. No, leave me here. Let me die. Bro. Like, really? Come on. I don't know. So it upsets me to see this dude, like, all attended to by all of the other people. Yeah, Lexi's chiming in as well as saying that Sada's insulting him the entire time too. Yes, please go back home, bro, and tell Commander Keith Sadas. I mean, he's not a commander anymore, but go to him and tell him that I quit and I needed help to get to that mountain by Krista and Ymir. And please, I want to see what Sadas tells him. I want to see it because we know it's going to be great. Talk about like comedy. That guy knows how to insult people. So I want to see that. That'd be just absolutely amazing. But yeah, I think that Daz needs to quit, and he needs to go ahead and tell Keith Sawdust, our drill sergeant, that I'm quitting. And then we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, as Ymir and Krista, they both see that Daz is well, and he's in the cabin. Now Krista, she turns around to look up the mountain. From all the way up there? But you didn't have any rope on you. And even if you did, how? It would have taken you hours to rappel down. Ymir just looks up at Krista and then stands up. Yeah, all right. If I have to trust someone, then it might as well be you. Just give me your word. When the day comes for me to reveal myself to everyone, promise. Promise to take back your name and live your life. Krista, she just stares at Ymir confused. And we see that the sun finally comes out. They both just stare at each other. And now we go back to that moment on top of Utgard Castle where Ymir jumps off of that tower, revealing herself to everyone. As Krista just reaches out for Ymir, just calling out her name, we see Ymir, mid-fall, beginning to transform, thinking to herself, Krista, we're the same. I used to curse the day I was born, just like you. The world despised me for having the gall to exist. I thought the only way to put things right was to give up my life. But even then, what I wished for, more than anything, was to be given a second chance. A chance to finally live for myself. To be continued. Captain Boggy chiming in here saying, do we know like what the actual mission was, or is this a training exercise? And we don't know. We don't know the whole details of this. All we know is that this episode begins with them going on this, or at least the end of this training exercise of traveling from who knows what point of the mountain to, I would imagine it's from the bottom of the mountain traveling. Oh, I don't know if it's traveling up. Were they at the top of this mountain? They had to go ahead and travel down because remember, Ymir said that let's just toss this fool's body down this cliff. So if they're traveling down, that means they started at the top of this mountain. So did they have to travel up and then go back down? Is that why it took 9 hours? And 12 minutes? I don't know. If that's the case, damn, my guy, like any potential thought of wanting to be a scout, like I don't even think I'm built for it. That's a lot of hiking. So I don't know. This has to be a training exercise because again, like this is before they even chose their, their regiment. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Crazy. Also, Alexi chiming in as well, saying that I'm no better than Daz. I would have damn near died too. I mean, I guess I'm throwing stones here in a freaking glass house because I don't know if I would go ahead and fare well, to be honest. I might be like, holy hell, guys, hold on. Can I catch a breather, guys? Come on, just wait for me. Wait for me, guys. Wait, hold on. Where are you guys going? Hey, wait for me, guys. Don't know. Yeah, that's tough. This is a training exercise. It's a brutal one. I'm sure one of the many the brutal training exercises that they had to endure. But a thought that I had, guys, I hope that they let the other, at least the instructor and the other kind of rescue team know, because can you imagine if the sun goes out and all of a sudden they're like, all right, let's go ahead and let's search for this person or for these people, and they don't even realize that they're already back. We forgot to tell the instructors that they made it back. That would have been a shit show. Speaking of shit show, guys, can you imagine if, like, Okay, let's go back and let's think about, I'm going to go into our final thoughts here, guys. This episode is over. I'm getting into our final thoughts here because I have certain things here to talk about. If Aaron and the rest of the group did go out to go ahead and search for Krista, Ymir, and Daz, can you imagine how chaotic that would have been? How much of a freaking shit show that would have been? Like, so many personalities wanting to do all these different things. So many, yeah, they made it together, through this training exercise. They made it safely together. But, like, you have one goal, and that's to go ahead and get to this point. Get to your extraction, your safety. Now you have to go ahead and actively search for people. And who knows where they're at. Now, that could have been absolute chaos. That could have been a circus. And I'm willing to bet that Sasha and Connie would have screwed up that rescue mission. And I could totally see Connie getting lost and being like, guys, I need help or something, like, who knows? I mean, Sasha, she's very, again, instinctive. She can, like, she's kind of knows her surroundings. At least she can help out in that sense. But I feel like Connie would have been an absolute mess. Let's get to the chat here, guys. Captain Boggy is, again, he's continuing saying, and why is hiking part of a training course for killing titans? Like, seriously, I don't know. That's true. This is just it's just one of those training exercises. It's gonna make you a stronger soldier. It's gonna make you tougher. This is about stamina, and this is about endurance and whatever. And speaking of endurance, Lexi's chiming in saying, in response to Captain Boggy, she's saying maybe endurance training in case they lose their horses or get abandoned or last survivors during an expedition. That's a good point there, Lex. Maybe. This is a way for you to go ahead and figure out how to survive on your own if, again, like Lexi is saying, if your horses are missing or if you're abandoned or who knows. And, they're putting them out there in these harsh weather conditions. And speaking of, hold on, if you guys can hear this, this is actually the Jaw Titans theme, I believe, which is very cool. Hopefully you guys can hear that in the kind of the background. Yeah. Captain Boggy is trying to say, like that OVA notebook. Yeah. I'm going to agree with you, Captain Boggy, because I don't think I've seen all of the OVAs for AOT. I know. Shame. I know. But I'll watch it eventually. While we listen to the Jaw Titan theme a little bit right now. Yeah, can't you guys just picture it? Ymir in her gremlin Titan form, going around freaking, and using the Titan, or using the castle as a jungle gym and swinging around and killing all these Titans around her. Yeah, that's what I think of. Let's see if he gets to the good point right here. Yeah. Turning up the volume a little bit. Yeah. That is the Jaw Titan theme, which we hear again when Falco becomes his Jaw Titan. And Lexi again saying, I'd have so much fun doing mocap for her Jaw Titan. Yeah. That would be very fun. Being casted to be, again, a Titan user, and then you get to go and wear the mocap suit, and you get to go ahead and do the movements for your Titan. Like, that'd be so cool. And then you have, obviously, your likeness that's CGI'd into the Titan. Like, hell yeah. And Lexi's saying, embrace my gremlin mode. Now that I would like to see. You know how, guys, how they do, like, whenever they do, like, mocap stuff for movies, and you can go ahead and see, like, behind the scenes stuff on YouTube or whatever. Like, that would be interesting. You go ahead and, like, we see the, like, finished product, right, in this hypothetical AOT movie, and say Lexi actually kills it. She does awesome as Ymir and as her Titan. And then all of a sudden we go on YouTube and we see, like, behind the scenes, and here she is in her freaking, that weird goofy mocap suit with all the balls all over the place and stuff, and then she's gonna have all the markers all over her face. And then she's crawling around. Like, that'd be so funny to go ahead and see. Just see the actor. When you see the actual actor, like, doing the actions. Like, I don't know. Like, seeing the some of the stuff that Andy Serkis did with his mocap. I mean, he's a mocap like legend, and seeing what he did for like the Lord of the Rings as Gollum, and when he's crawling around and stuff, you know, or when you see him mocapping as King Kong and he's like crawling around. The guy likes to crawl around a lot. Sorry, Lex. I think they might cast him as the Jaw Titan. He likes to crawl around a lot. Sorry. No, they'll give him to be someone else. Maybe cast him as Porco. Nah, he's too old. Sorry, Andy. Too old for the role, my friend. But yeah, Lexi's saying, crawling around on all fours, growling at props. I'd love to do the growl myself too. But can you pull off that that roar that she has? Yeah, Lexi's going back to her dragon roots in her soccer days back when she was younger. So since you brought that up, Lex, you know I have to talk about it. That Lexi, she is very athletic. She played sports growing up. And one of those sports when she was really young was indoor soccer. And this was really young. I want to say it was like 5 and 6 year olds. So keep that in mind too. You know, might have been as old as maybe 7. But let's say from anywhere from 5, 6, 7 years old. And, you know, me and my family, you know, I'm going to say, you know, me and our parents, we're going to go ahead and we would go ahead and watch the games, obviously. And because it's such a young age and this is indoor soccer, that you just have a group of just kids running around just chasing the ball. But where's Lexi? She's not chasing the ball. Lexi is chasing the group of kids in like this like kind of like dragon pose. And she's running around. And then she's just going, "Rah! Rah!" She's roaring at the kids. So Lexi, she had her priorities. She didn't want to go ahead and play soccer. She didn't want to go ahead and kick the ball. She probably wanted to go ahead and kick those kids. So that was Lexi. So maybe she was destined to go ahead and be this troll-like gremlin-looking crawling Jaw Titan. It's meant to be. Yeah, Lexi, she even says, I was crawling on all fours and growling at people as a kid. She's been trained to be a Jaw Titan, yep, since day one. And Lexi also, she adds in that all the boys feared me, and I stand by that proudly. And I can attest to that yes, they did. They definitely did. So, Lexi, yeah, you're just... That's something that if you were ever going to audition and you're auditioning for this role, you tell them that story, and then they're going to be like, all right, you got the part. Or they might decide to have you, like, do the interpretation again. Like, okay, let's see it. And then if you execute it, then that's going to be your moment. Then they'll be like, all right, go ahead and stop there. You got the part. And then they're going to make you sign, like, what are they, like the NDAs or whatever and stuff, or all the stuff you can't talk about because you can't spoil anything. You can't talk about anything, none of that stuff. And everything's so secretive nowadays. So even if you did get the Jaw Titan job, none of us would know because you couldn't talk about it. Because if you did, I'm pretty sure they would fire you. So, yeah. Just a little story time there. Because you know for certain they would have you guys, anybody who would join this hypothetical Attack on Titan movie, live action film. And if you're going to do it, again, you have to do it right. Big production stuff. We're not half-assing anything here. Like, this is big movie production stuff. You know, you're going to have to sign some clauses, some stuff that forces you not to say a word. So yeah, that'd be cool. I wouldn't say anything as much as I would want to spoil everything and be like, oh my God, I'm casted to this person, and I heard that so-and-so's in the running for this, and you know, and this, as if they would tell me that, right? Like they wouldn't tell me who's auditioning for what. But if I got like, you know, if I got casted as Grisha Yeager, are you kidding me? Oh my God, I would want to, the first thing I would want to do is go ahead and start streaming live over on Attack the Talk and be like, guys, guess what? You have no idea. I just got casted in live action AOT movie as Grisha Yeager. Can you believe that, guys? And then you guys will see me like mid episode, all of a sudden look at my phone and just like absolutely like sad. So I got fired, guys. The people, the powers that be caught wind of the podcast, and they didn't like me telling you guys the information. How sad would that be? You guys would be so devastated for me. I already know that. If you guys saw how excited I was to go ahead and get casted in this film, just for them to rip my heart out and be like, oh my God, I just got fired, guys, and you guys will see that live while we stream here. That would be devastating. Like saying, we all are going to sign a petition for me to return. Start a rally. Yeah. Band all the AOT fans together for this one dude who wants to fulfill his dream as playing a live action role in Attack on Titan. Are you kidding me? They're going to be like, screw this dude. That just means there's more opportunities for the rest of us. And then they're going to cast Jared Leto as Grisha. Can you believe that, guys? I ruined it. I said too much, and now Jared Leto is Grisha. Damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I messed up. It went from having potential to now the potential of people not wanting to see it because Jared Leto is attached to it. Doesn't it suck that, like, that's kind of like the thing now that is attached to Jared Leto? I feel like the guy's a tryhard, and there's nothing wrong with being a tryhard in certain professions. But like when you try so hard and you go so method that like it rubs people the wrong way, or it makes people uncomfortable, or you know, it's like off-putting, or it's hard to work with, or that even if it's like the finished product is that you put in all of that effort to just like movies just shit or something, you know, or it's just like it's just too goofy. Like it kind of sucks that I mean I don't know, I don't want to say that I used to like Jared Leto, but maybe part of me still likes Jared Leto, but it's gone to that point, guys, where he's just, he now is just seen as this method actor that's going to go too overboard, too much into his role, and it's going to make people uncomfortable. And it's the movie itself, like if it made people uncomfortable and it's put out a good film, then people I'm sure would be like, they can deal with that, you know? Like I had to deal with this guy's antics and all of his, you know, uncomfortable moments. But hey, we made money, you know, like it helped me get money in my pockets because of all the freaking, you know, just movie shares or whatever the case, you know, like how much it grossed or whatever. But when people don't even like, when people don't even watch it, like, is it worth it? Maybe to him, he has that sense of like self-fulfillment. Like I put everything I had into that. If it didn't pan out, it didn't pan out. At least I know that I put everything into it. Well, maybe tone it down a little bit, bro. Maybe don't put so much into it. Maybe see what that outcome's like. If it's still bad, then by all means, dude, go ahead and do you. But Lexi chiming in and saying that he's got to get a better agent to put him in the right films. Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely plays a part as well. Now, in this hypothetical here, would his agent push Jared Leto or recommend that he takes a role in this Attack on Titan film? Let's ask that. He might think that this role is beneath Jared Leto. It's not worth your time, Jared. You don't need to resort yourself to cartoon characters. You tried that already. You tried the whole, let's bring comic characters to life. Didn't work, dude. Let's get you some juicy roles. Let's get you some dramatic roles. Morbius became such a meme-filled movie that they literally put it out in theaters again because of how much interest, I say in air quotes, it got for its memes. Like, the fact that they thought that that would be a great idea to go and let's put this movie out again. Let's put it out in films again so we can try to make more money off of these people because they think that because it's so popular right now because of the memes. And guess what? They did it and it still did shit. Sorry, bro. It's still not a good movie. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it. Just, word of mouth. I mean, I think Lexi said it's one of her favorite comic movies, oddly enough. Yeah, I don't know. Strange. You guys should go ahead and chime in and chat there and just ask Lexi, what the heck are you thinking? For that to be one of your top comic movies? Like, that's insane. Lexi says she's back. You're back, Lex, but yeah. I told him we're talking about Morbius and how it's one of your favorite comic movies. Yeah. I should also note, too, that Lexi said one of the worst movies she's ever seen is Batman with Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson. She didn't like Robert Pattinson as Batman. She thought it was so boring. She fell asleep. As Lexi says in all caps. Lies. All lies. But guess what? She's not here to defend herself. I mean, technically she is. She's in chat. She says, how dare I not be there to defend myself? Maybe next week's podcast episode, Lex, you can go back and you can stop me in my tracks wherever at any point and be like, hold on. Remember when you said this? Well, I'm here to defend myself. Yeah. I'll get an earful next week. Okay. Can't wait. I don't know. Do we have any other final thoughts here? Other than we hate Daz. And Daz needs to get the flock out of here. I mean, let's talk about how Krista's trying to even think about how the heck she pulled that off. Ymir, how did she pull that off? Because she's looking at that freaking mountain, at the cliff that they were at. Like, you didn't have any rope. And even if you did, like, it would take you hours to reach the bottom. She's got a point. But she doesn't know, at least not yet, that Ymir's got a secret. So, yeah. Interesting, guys. I think that those are all the final thoughts that I have, guys. For all of you that stuck around, I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know that it was just me. Hope that I was entertaining enough. Hope I did this episode justice. I hope I did the characters that you would be voicing, Lex, justice. You missed a good one, Lex. There's a lot of good Ymir lines in here. And I know that you would have pulled them off very well. But I think that I pulled them off very well, too. So next week I might have you just be Krista and I'll just be Ymir. I don't know. But thank you. Lexi said I did well. Thank you. She says, but I'm still Ymir. Thanks, Lex. I did good, but you're still Ymir. Okay. All right, guys. Well, again, thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you, Lex, for helping me out with this episode and chiming in. Captain Boggy, Marco, everyone else, of course, Lovey and Laker for Life. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the engagement, your guys' feedback, your guys' comments, everything involved with chat. Thank you, guys. But yeah, that wraps up another episode of our season 2 of Attack to Talk. Remember, guys, new episodes will be streamed live on Twitch. We will update you guys on which day and time. I know this was a last minute one where we kind of surprised you guys with a Saturday stream. But again, guys, we will update you guys on our Instagram. So make sure to follow us at Attack the Talk podcast on Instagram. I should try that again. Attack the Talk podcast on Instagram for all of your updates. Also, remember, guys, the episodes will be available every Thursday as we publish and release them on our many platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. Apple Podcast, wherever you guys get your podcasts. They will be available on Thursdays. And if you guys want to go back and watch before then, the episodes, the VODs will be available on Twitch. So yeah, guys, make sure to check out our Linktree to find those many platforms. So remember, guys, the Linktree is available in the episode description as well as on our Instagram profile page. Check that out, guys. As we got some great music in the background. Of course, guys, as always, huge shout out to NatePlaysBad, our buddy Nate, for putting in the time and all the hard work of just editing the videos and getting them ready to be published. Nate, thank you so much, man, for your work and just for your help and for everything. It means a lot to us. And of course, guys, go ahead and check out his Twitch channel. Again, his name is NatePlaysBad, and check out his streams. Support him. That link is available in our episode descriptions. Check it out, guys. NatePlaysBad. Thank you again for everything, Nate. I appreciate you, man. Let's talk about some merch. You guys are aware in our Linktree we have a link to our merch buddies, which is AnimeCrunch. You go to that Linktree, guys. Find that AnimeCrunch link. And click it because it will take you to their online store, and you can go ahead and search through all the many different assorted anime merch that they have. Yeah, browse, guys, and go ahead and see what they have. Support them by purchasing some items that you guys are interested in. Check it out, guys. They also have a second Instagram at Geeky Statues. That's more primarily for like figurine stuff. If there's any characters that you want to go and search and see and have, they're kind of like character figurine over in in your room, in your house, in your place, whatever, in your collection, go ahead and check them out, guys. They have some amazing merch. Of course, guys, AnimeCrunch in our Linktree. Check them out. If you guys are, if you guys happen to be over in the California area, over towards like Cypress College, I know that they do. They have a booth there during, I believe it's kind of like a flea market thing, or when they have their little market stores over at the Cypress College. They're there, as well as the Santa Fe Springs Swap Meet, I believe. Santa Fe Swap Meet. Yeah, they have a booth there as well, as where myself and Lexi met them, two brothers, and they're just so kind, and yeah, they have supported us, and we of course want to support them, and they've hooked us up with plenty of awesome merch before. Some of it that is kind of assorted around my room. I have some Funko Pops. There's some other kind of like little keychain characters. They've hooked it up with some stickers. Yeah, guys, just different stuff. So go check them out, guys. Support them. Also, guys, you guys should be aware by now that in our Linktree, we also have a link to Fandomion that Lexi helps us out with. Lexi has a code for you guys to use, a promo code that is her name, Lex. So click that link in our Linktree, and it'll take you straight to their store, where you guys can go ahead and search through all the different merch that they have. And the merch goes from anime to Marvel to DC to anything that's popular. Guys, like, they have it. Just go ahead and click on the link and search, guys. They have so many different stuff. Yeah, and Lexi has a little update she wants me to go and read. She says that Fandomion just told me that they have new Stranger Things merch out. So there you go, guys. As I just mentioned, popular stuff like Stranger Things, we know how popular Stranger Things is. And if you guys are interested in getting merch from Stranger Things, like different Stranger Things stuff, click the link and browse, guys. And then once you guys find something you like, Lexi's got a code for you guys to use. That promo code again is Lex, L-E-X. So use that code, guys. By using it, you're helping Lexi out. So Lexi is here to help you guys out, and you guys will help Lexi out by using that code. So yeah, guys, click that link in our Linktree for Fandomion. Use that promo code LEX, and yeah, and Lexi's saying you can get yourself a Hellfire Club shirt with my code and my link. And who doesn't want one of those?
Those things are so hot right now. They've been hot. Like, come on. Go ahead and get one. So now, of course, let's talk about some art. And in our link tree, guys, we have a link to our friend and our pal, ArtofCesar. Caesar, you know, he has fantastic art. And the link, it will take you straight to his Etsy store. Search through his different art. I believe he on his Etsy store, he has like 20 different sorted pieces of his art that he has available. But also, guys, go check out his Instagram. You know, go follow him. He is at ArtofCesar, and that is at art_of_Caesar_ on Instagram. Go check him out, guys. Support him. I know that he's coming back from an injury. I want to say, if I remember correctly, I think he said he fractured his heel. I think. Yeah, that's tough. So it's something that he's healing from. But Alexi also wants us to be aware of that Caesar just drew Aaron in his Attack Titan form, which he has available on his Instagram. So go check that out, guys, because it is badass. It is. I wish that he had it available on his Etsy store. At least I haven't checked that it's available. And if it is, then you know I'm buying that. Yeah, guys, go check it out. Go support him, guys. And of course, friend of the show, our good pal, Marco. I mean, I hope you guys watched our most recent OVA episode because he was here, you know, in studio with us. And yeah, friend of the show, Marco, guys, go check out his Instagram. Lexi, if you can help me out by putting his Instagram again in chat, because I don't have it with me available at the moment. But go check out his Instagram, guys, and go see the art that he has put out, you know, just drawn and stuff, you know. And I know that Marco said that he's in the process of drawing art for us, you know, and drawing up our, you know, spirit animal beast titan forms. And I can't wait for that. But go check out and support our good friend Marco, which Lexi has just put in chat. Yeah, so that is Marco. So it's M-A-R-C, and it is a 0. And his last name, Amone. It's M-A-M-O-N-E. So go ahead and, guys, look that up and go check out his awesome art, guys. Go message him and say what's up, you know. And, yeah, we're all here just to support one another, guys. And if you guys are, you know, have anything of you know, that you guys want to go ahead and have us, you know, say out loud or whatever, you know, you want us to go ahead and kind of just in support to discuss and say to all of our listeners here, you guys, if you guys have something that you guys are working on or anything, you know, talents of some sort, you know, let us know. We, of course, would love to go ahead and shout you guys out. You know, it's what we do here, guys. You know, we're here shouting out, you know, our friends and stuff, you know, and you know, we appreciate you guys. So if you guys have any talents or whatever, and you want us to shout them out, let us know. And in closing, guys, of course, I just want to thank you all just for the tremendous support, guys. You know, it just means so much to us. It means so much to me. And, yeah, I appreciate you guys. You know, you guys made this experience just that much more enjoyable. You know, obviously, at the end of the day, it's just us talking about Attack on Titan. And that's fun, guys. I hope that you guys can see the passion that, you know, that I have, that Lexi has, that Zach has, you know, when we do these episodes and we do them live. And, because Attack on Titan is something that we're very passionate about. So yeah, you know, it's something that, you know, I hope that we're doing the anime, we're doing this just amazing show. I hope we're doing it justice. But at the end of the day, that's what we're doing, guys. That's what we're doing. We're just talking about AOT. And, you know, for you guys to be on board and joining me in chat and stuff, and joining, you know, when Lex and Zach are here, joining us in chat, you know, it just makes it just, you know, the experience that much better, you know? So thank you guys again just for the support. And thank you, Lexi, for the kind words in chat, saying shout out to me for being an awesome host and dealing with the scheduling, of course. You know, not everything's going to work out perfectly. I'm aware of that. You know, we're all aware of that, and we've all had to kind of like, you know, miss an episode or two. And but we all have each other's back. And yeah, of course, Lex, thank you for the kind words. Appreciate that. You know, we're all doing the best that we can. Remember, guys, of course, to look out for future Spotify Q&As. I want to challenge you guys, and responding to the question in Spotify. I know that it is Spotify exclusive, and I know that you guys probably watch or listen to the podcast maybe in a different platform, but I want to challenge you guys to go into Spotify and to answer the question, because it's always fun reading the responses, guys, and hearing your guys' point of view, hearing your guys' insight and your guys' knowledge in Attack on Titan, because, you know, it fuels us, you know. We enjoy learning new stuff about AOT. So please, guys, look out for those questions on Spotify. Don't be afraid to answer them. And of course, guys, our future poll questions that we put out there, you know, again, that's available on Spotify as well as available on our Instagram. We put out the polls on both those platforms. So please, you know, give us your feedback on that so that we can go ahead and dive into it, you know, next time we stream. Yeah, guys. Of course, shout out to the loyal listeners. Again, as I said, you guys make this experience that much better, and it means so much to Attack to Talk, and you guys are the Attack to Talk experience. You know, you guys are a part of the show, and so appreciative and so thankful. Yeah, again, we look forward to just streaming live and hearing from you guys, and just joining us in chat. So with all that being said, guys, I just want to say to my LT family, to the Attack to Talk family, just be safe, guys. You know, we say it after every episode. Just be safe. You know, just try to spread that love and positivity. You know, it's a world that we live in where it's easy to feel hate. You know, it's easy to yeah. I think what I want to do for this moment here, because I don't like this background music for this moment because it's kind of evil, that I'm going to go ahead and switch it up a little bit. If I could find it. Now we're talking here, guys. Now we're talking here. So, hopefully it's not drowning me out, guys, but this is better stuff to go ahead and express this message to. But yeah, guys, just spread love and positivity, because the world we live in, guys, is so easy to just feel hate from people, or just to express hate if we're dealing with stuff. And the way I see it, guys, there's no reason to, because what good is that going to do if we keep filling this world with hate? I don't think it's going to do us any good, and I think that we need to do our part. Music volume is actually a little low. It's pretty loud for me. So I raise it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and restart it again. So, because I like the way the beginning of it. But yeah, guys, I don't see a point in just continuing to just like fill this world with hate. Like, can we at least do our part and just like be just joyous people and try to just have a positive mentality? And again, I get, guys, that we go through our moments and our turmoil and our emotions and stuff. Trust me, like, that's something that I have been dealing with, and something that I have been really focusing on, is just like moving on and moving forward, and not being negative, and not, you know, like what's the point in that, you know? Just, I want to continue being a positive person. I want to continue to, you know, just do my part and try to just express love and yeah, because, you know, we have that saying, guys, you know, we love love and we hate hate. It's so simple, so true. But with all that being said, guys, again, Attack to Talk loves you, and I hope you all have a great week. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, as we're here on a Saturday night. For some of you, I know it's much later. Have a good Sunday. Have a great week, and we will see you guys next week. And yeah, goodbye, AOT fam. Thank you again, guys. See you guys next time.